But I think as parents, we have to have the maturity to realize that your child is learning early on in life to take failure.
Some children go to the math Olympiad, some don't. Some go to the ballet competition, some don't. Some have two left feet, they can't dance. Is my child having fun and enjoying the process of learning, this discovering more about themselves? See, these are all slightly esoteric concepts, right?
Any car journey, I feel, is the time you get to spend with your child. And after any game class, it's about asking other things which the child is not expecting to, right? Asking, how much fun did you have? Oh, how were your friends in class? Did you make new friends?
So, talking about failure and children's ability to handle a win and a lose the same way, as people who run an academy, right? How do parents deal with it? Do you see parents struggling to handle their kids' losses
More than the
Parents
kids
more. I mean, children are naturally upset. I think any one of us, right? If we give our life to and we don't win don't win something, we are going to be upset. It's a very natural thing, but their feeling upset is only for a short window. But it's like I think the parents take it a little bit longer, and sometimes they feel, oh, it's so unfair. My child was on this team. If they had been on that team, it would have been better. I'm like, you have to trust the system. You have to trust the process. And as important for a child to learn to lose, it's important for the parents to learn that their child might lose, the child might not excel in that activity, but to believe and trust in the process of why I'm sending my child to this activity.
Correct. So there was a conversation a bunch of people were having, and one of these parents was like, I thank God my child won a medal today, but because otherwise I'd have to handle so much. So it's actually a fear of their child losing or seeing their child lose and having to handle all of it. And I'm a parent of a 5-year-old. I feel that sometimes, I'm going to be very honest and say, I feel that sometimes when I've seen the child put in all the effort and they've not won, it's a little hard to take. So what do you say to parents who do that?
You're saying about your child losing. I feel bad. I feel upset, and I can't even show it when a team of mine plays and they don't win. I feel bad for the players, and we can't. It's an emotion which is natural. I mean, an emotion that you feel is of feeling bad when something happens is a very natural emotion because you obviously care so much, right? So if anyone in a tournament which we had last weekend, 2 of my teams won, 3 of them got the gold, and 2 of them got the bronze. I felt really bad about the bronze. I mean, I didn't feel the wins were great. It's an emotion which you're going to feel. It's a very natural emotion. But I think as parents, we have to have the maturity to realize that your child is learning early on in life to take failure. We are not going to win everything in our lives. And, as a parent, it's harder to see our child fail than to see ourselves fail, honestly. We are, in every day, we are not winning every contract or we are not winning every deal, right? But a child loses even like by 2 marks or doesn't get the thing or doesn't get a medal, we feel it way more. We feel so sad for the child, but I think it's really, really important for the child to learn early on life. Give your best effort. That is non-negotiable. Give your all out. But it's okay. There's always going to be someone who wins, someone who's going to lose. It's okay if you're on the losing side as long as you've given your best.
It's this whole parents and their children's success, or I'm going to put failure within quotes here, right? We take it so personally.
Oh, wow.
And the parents take it personally, right? That what did I do wrong? What did I do that the other parent... What did I not do that the other parent do,
did,
right?
yes.
And I think that mindset needs to go, that you trust the intent of the place you're sending them to for whatever. It's like, okay, some children go to the math Olympiad, some don't. Some go to the ballet competition, some don't. Some have 2 left feet, they can't dance. We have to... But is my child having fun and enjoying the process of learning, this discovering more about themselves? See, these are all slightly esoteric concepts, right? Finally, it comes down to I'm paying for my child to learn football. Are they learning football? If they're learning football, are they learning it at the highest level? Why are they not learning it as much as somebody else is? Why is that child on a team that's winning and my child not on a team that's winning? These are all questions that run through a parent's mind, because in a way it sort of defines who we are also, right?
But it's okay for the
But it's
parents
okay,
to feel
exactly.
it, but what they project onto the child should be something where you're encouraging, you tell them it's okay, let's figure out what went wrong.
Did you give your best? What do you think you could have done better? What what were the reasons? And again, don't analyze too much.
Exactly.
I mean, really speaking, the more you analyze, the more, the child is actually feeling underconfident about himself or herself. So I think just ask them, did you give your best?
Did
I
you
think
have
that's,
fun?
did you have fun?
So what do you think children want to hear after they've played a game, they've won, they've lost, whatever it is? What does a child want to hear from a parent after they've played a
First
game?
and foremost, they don't want to hear the analysis of the match.
Okay.
We've had kids, I don't know if you heard our founder speak about, Sandhya did, about the car journey back home.
The car journey back home, I think, is very, very important for a child. I mean, it's your moment to connect with your child. Any car journey, I feel, is the time you get to spend with your child. And after any game, class, it's about asking other things which the child is not expecting to, right? Asking, how much fun did you have? Oh, how were your friends in class? Did you make new friends? Who were your teammates today? Not who scored. Not how many goals did your team score. Oh, you won, superb. Or, oh, you lost. Why? What happened? Why did the goal go in? I mean, don't ask
I
those
think
questions.
your goalie was bad. I think your striker didn't score enough goals. See, they don't want to hear all this.
Or
I mean,
I didn't see you running around.
You
were
touched the
just
ball
in
3
one
times.
place.
Yeah.
You
I
were.
think we become the critic there
Yes.
without knowing
We are
us.
not the experts. We are not the experts as parents. We are not. And lot of times we also, our disappointments, we
project onto the
project
children.
onto our children.
Yeah.
We project onto our children, and we are like, oh, we're so disappointed that they didn't make it, so we're trying to analyze and seeing what they can do better next time. What can they do to get that? And I think
I going back to your question and adding on to what Sandhya said, it is, I follow a newsletter called I Love to Watch You Play, and they have polled, it's a newsletter meant for parents of children who play serious sports. Children and serious sports in the same sentence, right? So this is the sub-17s really. And they polled thousands of children and asked them, what do you wish your parent told you after, about your games or whatever? And they said, I just want to hear from my parent that they really enjoyed watching me play. And we forget this very basic thing. We're so into our commentary, our analysis, our hopes and aspirations for where this is going, that we forget to tell them, hey, I really enjoyed watching this match. I know it didn't go the way you may have wanted it, or it went supremely well in the way you wanted it. But you know what? This was a fantastic moment, and we're not doing that enough.
So I had a car journey moment which is not related to sports. Picked up my son from his outbound trip and is coming back in the car. He was telling me how he got this close to getting caught for something that he didn't do. So he told me the entire story, how it got all sorted out, and it went smooth after that. I said, okay, fine, as long as you are not the one who did something wrong, I'm okay with it. And he stared at me for a brief second and said, Amma, I thought you were going to scold me. I said, what is there to scold here? You told me your side of the story. You explained your part to the teachers. They're okay with it. There's nothing for me to scold. But in his mind, he thought I might approach it differently and blame him. When I didn't, he was shocked. So when you said car journey, that popped into my
And I think car journeys are brilliant. I mean, if you have the luxury of being in the car with your child alone, it's so precious. And, instead of reviewing and critiquing their life, it's a time for real conversation. And I've had some of the best conversations with my son
The
in the car.
connection you have
Yeah.
with your child really comes up then.
It's captive in a lot of ways.